What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Root. So I'm going to review a 2022 project by iggykad. Basically this product is called Fully Fledged and it came out in the late fall of 2022. So the thing about this product here is just the fact that iggykad kind of goes by two different names as far as this first going to happen. One of which is the name Iggy, which is 166Y, which is kind of like leet speak or something within that relative territory within the format of it, kind of similar to 1337, some of those type tones within the pitch, but just kind of the format of that. But he also goes by the name iggykad. I reviewed previously a couple days ago one of his particular mixtapes from 2023, which is some excellent type of appeal. But he had left a comment in the past. Giving like a heads up as like a request to review one of his newer type products within the pitch. So I thought that he dropped an album in 2024, but apparently it didn't happen. He did eventually drop a project in 2025 was within the pitch. I wanted to get to some more of these type ones. I probably will eventually get to the 2025 type product, but I was looking around for other type products by iggykad. I looked around. He is on like I forget what it's called. One of those. He's on some particular type music website that has like a list of his songs that are on there with lyrics and pitches like that. It's kind of a discography. A lot of iggykad's lyrics are on the genius.com website as far as this person can have, which lists a lot of artist discographies and pitches like that. So it's just an appeal. Now the problem with those products is the fact that a lot of those are not as commonly available. I think those products were removed and scrubbed from the internet as far as this person can have, which is very unfortunate because this particular product here, Fully Fledged, is pretty excellent type of appeal. But the thing about it is you have to know his other name as far as this person can have. So this Fully Fledged product does not actually go by the iggykad names. If you go to iggykad's YouTube pitches like that, this product Fully Fledged, which came out just less than a year before that particular one, the Slum Rap that I reviewed recently, is not by that same format. And it's not even on that particular YouTube. So it's just in the pitch. He has numerous type ones. Just within the pitch, he's on different places throughout the internet as far as this person can have. But I would look within the pitch as far as saying just within the appeals as far as getting towards it. So this particular aspect here is some good type tones. This is a classic EP to kind of get within those contexts. This has some excellent type of affability within the tone behind it. I look after here just being able to say, I was trying to check and find some of these other type ones was within the pitch. I think there's at least 2 or 3 other ones. There was one that came out in 2021. That was an album, and then there was like another one in there, something like that within those pitches. I think there was at least 3, but one of which was like the Fully Fledged product, which I'm reviewing, and then there was another which there's a 2021, 2022, 2023, and a 2025, and there might be one other one within some of those formats. But I just look within pitches for saying some good types. Definitely some good type tones. Get this project here, just real classic within the impact of it. Just a nice bite-sized kind of EP that hits pretty heavily within the pitch. This one's a little bit more affable than Slum Rap. This one's not with like the same central type theme. It has a lot of alternative dredge on here, just like Slum Rap. It's just in the pitch. It just has a little bit more. It has a little bit more sparkiness towards it with a little bit more electricity within the tone as far as having some out and about. The last one was pretty swamped and just kind of dredgy within the aspect of just like a lot of malaise and just kind of the fog of just like the forlornness with the malaise, like some forlornness with like the smokish mixed in. But I say this particular one has some of that smoke type fair, but it's just in a peppier type mode within it. Just has a little bit more. Considering that this product came out beforehand, it's interesting to have aspect that the next album wound up being darker as far as those aspects can happen. But I look within the pitch as far as saying this particular one has a relative kind of just like jazziness or relative kind of, it says a little bit more jostle about it. So some good type tones. I'm not sure if there's like a single pitch like that because it's just not available on his YouTube as far as those pairs can happen. But I look within the pitch as far as saying just the impact of it. This particular one, I think ultimately I would say I liked Fully Fledged more than Slum Rap, but I'd have to say they're both pretty good 1-2 punch kind of get here within those contexts. They're both excellent type appeals. This one I recommend all 6 out of 6 songs on this EP, but there's really only one song I didn't recommend on Slum Rap. So it's just been pitched as far as saying just the aspects as far as those tones have. So that was pretty full fledged with the aspect, but this one just has a little bit more sparkiness within the tone, just has a little bit more jostle like I was saying. But yeah, real immediate one to go for out this. There's not really singles supposedly out this product, or at least they're not on his YouTube pitches like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that Writer's Block is a real excellent one on here. It's like a catchy kind of haunting hallway and doomid kind of atmosphere about this song. I'd say just a crisp kind of makeshift commerce as far as those pairs can happen. So this one, a little bit more amidst like the atmosphere of the out and about, but just in the pitch, just a more kind of Dracula-like. Writer's Block is just a little bit more Dracula-like with the delivery of how it particularly kind of happens. But I do definitely like the appeal. Just like some crisp kind of September, October type fare within the context, just out and about within those particular aspects behind it. So it's good type pitch for some of that. Real differential from like the normal tone from what I've seen thus far by iggykad. So some good type pitches within those fares. Definitely a pretty crisp type one just overall. The composure about the song's pretty excellent on here, just like the appeal behind it. Nowhere to Go But Up is a nice one. This is more back to like the Slum Rap type days, but this has a little bit more liveliness about it. This one's kind of drifty, but it's just the aspects as far as saying it has a little bit more. It's transcended like some of the songs off of Slum Rap. It's just the pitch as far as saying it's just not quite in a slump as much. It's like a drifty kind of extra thought that I'd say here, just basic kind of smokish noise. I would definitely feel like to smoke a few just with an aspect of the normal kind of lo-fi, some of that tones. Good jazzy, relaxed about this one. Just feels like some hotel kind of lobby type noise pitches like that. Just some simple day within the aspects as far as those tones gonna happen with it. So this is good type tone for some of that type fare. Integrating like some jazz rap within the pitches gives it an extra kind of spice like the aspects. So just getting like some good type stuff within those pitches. It's just a lo-fi kind of jazz type song. It feels like something Mac Miller would have done, something within those aspects within that relative territory. Maybe A$AP Rocky on like the right day, some of those type pitches within the fares. Maybe even Wiz Khalifa within a particular sense of him doing that. It's just a good type pitch to be able to get some of those type fares. It feels ripped out of the mixtape kind of blog era, just easy kind of smoke going noise within the pitch. It just having like some lazy kind of ones for like a lazy kind of Tuesday or Thursday type afternoon pitches like that, or even Sunday, some of those type ones. Hear Me Out's a nice one as well. It's like a good vanilla kind of lo-fi. Hear Me Out's like a good vanilla kind of lo-fi hop and bop to kind of get within these aspects. Just the neighborhood kind of grab a lighter pitches like that. Just some of those type fares. If you're just on an errand jaunt, some of those type fares is picking up a Bic, something like that, or getting like a quick bag of Bugle. Some of those particular type fares. Just gas station runs, some of those type pitches. It's kind of some easy going kind of summer jaunting. So this one just has a little bit more energy, like I was saying, compared to Slum Rap. Some of these type ones between Writer's Block and Hear Me Out. This is just a good vanilla type one of just getting simple kind of task done. I mean, some of this, the particular fare about this product, just a little bit simpler within the tone behind it. Nowhere to Go But Up has some simple type aspects about it. It's kind of not quite as forlorn, not quite as just sullen with the aspect as like the aspect. I mean, it is transcended still, but it's just kind of the pitch as far as saying it's more kind of in like a stone kind of aspect, just like the relative kind of traverse about it, more so than the full bound kind of funk that like Slum Rap's kind of ends. So it's just the pitch as far as saying this one just has more noticeable pep about it this time, so some good type appeals. But once again, this came out beforehand, so it's just in the pitch as far as saying so good type tones. But Intro to Realness is a quality one as well. It's like a bleary kind of in between kind of move arounds that I'd say here, pretty similar to Hear Me Out, but just a little bit more floaty. I'd say it's like a transcended but active kind of song within the pitch. Just some good food for thought as far as what's supposed to happen. So just kind of so shot and about, just extra thoughts, fares like that is kind of the product of this. Not so much full bound kind of preoccupied, but just within the pitch as far as saying this the product of just having like extra kind of thoughts to just kind of clear your head with as far as this person having not so much rant or venting type music, but within the neighboring territory, just kind of extra kind of moments of just like clear your head type noise within the pitch as far as just having some smoke. It's just kind of figuring out what's going to happen. It's kind of an active day within maybe like a few mild errands or something within that likelihood of just like the relative kind of late day shift fare, some of those type pitches. So just good bleary type one. There's a number of songs out this album to really smoke to. I'd say at least Nowhere to Go But Up, Intro to Realness, and Hear Me Out are some good ones within those fashions. I'd probably say Tribulate and Simply Unheard are some nice ones for that as well. This pretty much 5 out of 6 songs on this product are pretty smoke type centric. So it's excellent type pitch to get some good light up, spark up type fare, I'd say. Tribulate. Now the songs Tribulate and Simply Unheard are only instrumental as far as what's supposed to happen, but still excellent type pitches because these are some pretty dazzling type beats. I'd say Tribulate's like a day's kind of good evening embrace kind of get here. This reminds of like a lo-fi kind of 2010s mixtape gem. I'd have to say just a good nice one to roll a few up pitches like that. So it's just the format pretty similar to Nowhere to Go But Up, but just kind of the pitch just a little bit more, just kind of more amidst like the traverse of it. Just kind of some it's kind of some easygoing kind of zone out type music within pitches like that. Just get some simple kind of Aaron Johns going within the format. It's kind of out and about, but just kind of Tribulate is out and about, but it's just kind of dazed and just golden within some of those type aspects. It's a good type tone to be able to get that, definitely like the golden type appeal. Just some excellent type tones, just to be able to have like a lazy type day pitches like that. It's good aspects for some of those type fares, good conduct of discs. Sluggish, just real sluggish type song. There's just some sluggish moments on here that really have that just malaise type feeling. That's just not so much forlorn kind of malaise, but just like in a more sluggish type aspect, just not really wanting to move around but still doing it. So it's good type tones. Simply Unheard's another instrumental that's a nice one, real excellent type appeal. This is probably this is a pretty thorough type one with the aspect, real hitting type one. It's like an alternative rock kind of 90s stretch kind of get here. Just some orange skies feeling warm just with them pitches like songs like an orange skies kind of feeling warm pitches like that. I'd say just kind of a sunset gaze, some of that type fare within it, just simple kind of looking off, and it's not so much full bound rumination, but just in the conduct like that relative fare, just like appreciating like a good sunset evening, some of those type pitches within the format, just some extra moments pitches like that is good for drops and some of those type fares. So when I say drops, it's the format is potting on like some next moves, figuring out what's going to happen within the next good while, just sitting on drops in those particular type formats amongst those conducts of it. So yeah, it's just the pitch as far as saying just appreciating like the relative kind of neighborhood type fare within the pitch, just good smokish type fare to get some like simple errands, grabbing like lighters and good snack cake or two, something within those forests within the pitch, just neighborhood products as far as what's first gonna happen with like a little bit. There is a makeshift song on here within the pitch, which is some good type fares. It's kind of a haunting just within a gothic kind of September, October type sound. So good type fare. So yeah, I'd look up to here. This has a pretty nice neon blue kind of album cover pitches like that. It's a good type tone, get like some of that particular aesthetic about it. So that's a good type theme on top of that, I had to say. But yeah, this EP gets a 10 out of 10. So score I'd probably give, I don't know, it's a little bit tricky tricky within the aspect just because the iggykad's pretty lo-fi. iggykad's pretty low-key within the sense it's just the pitch as far as saying he does have like 4,000 subscribers, pitches like that, but between him scrubbing most of his music, some of those particular type of PLs, and then just the aspect of going by different names, some of those type of aspects, kind of telling this a little bit trickier to find. I mean, it is worth the purchase. I probably am going to get the purchasing this within the aspect behind it as far as this first going to happen, but it's just the pitch as far as saying there weren't really singles of this product. I'm going to go ahead and give this mixtape like a, I'm going to go ahead and give this EP like a 10 out of 10 social, and I probably should get a 9.75 just because the likelihood of how oftenly it's going to be found, pitches like that, but the quality of the music is just that damn good with them pitches. It just has some affability. This is a more social album compared to slum rap as far as this going to happen. It has a little bit more spark and engagement within the factor behind it, not quite as like lazy or not quite as troubled and just kind of mismatched within those particular tones. Most of it's smoke centric and like the 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock p.m. kind of evening drudge, but there is like a good makeshift moment that's pretty catchy within those tones. So it's just good product for some of those type fairs. It has pretty good social spark about it, pretty connected within like the fair, just you and some pals, just in lo-fi type sense. If you smoke up to Odd Future, ASAP Rocky, some of those type folks, other folks within the smoke type fashion, some of those particular fairs, lo-fi, Nis, Mac Miller, it's just some good products to get some of these type fairs within it. So say 10 social. In terms of future, like iggykad did put out a 2025 project. I'm going to get to that one at some stage, probably within the past. I'll get to that one within some stage within the passage of it. Not sure as to when that would particularly happen, but I really haven't reviewed anything from 2025. I'm eventually going to get to some 2025. I'm starting to pick up the pace of getting to like further in the 2020s. It just depends upon the connect with it and whether or not like the mentalities and the modes are going to be different. If things are going to be too healthy or squeaky clean within some of those type of aspects. Not like, I don't know, just the unctuous kind of P's and Q's type stuff does get tiresome within a sense within a relative format. But as long as it's not like, not say cringe, but as long as it's not just wincing like it's within a context just being able to tolerate within some senses. But it just depends on how that particular product kind of goes. So we'll look after, but I'd say I am going to get to some 2024, 2025 projects, pitches like that. We'll get to some more iggykad if I can find it, if it's available, pitches like that. But he does have at least one more product that's seemingly available on his Spotify. This is an easygoing kind of classic, real nice staple out of 2020. It's definitely excellent type of appeal.